All right, so another big game for the Republic of Ireland under-21s, taking on Armenia at midday. It has been a, by and large, successful campaign so far for Stephen Kenny's side. Setback against Iceland last time out, and it looks as though it's going to be a much changed side this time round, with a lot of withdrawals, a lot of them for a positive reason, with the likes of Aaron Connolly and Troy Parrott being called up to the senior squad. May mean an opportunity for Jason Knight of Derby County, and I'm delighted that he has joined us on the line now. Afternoon, Jason.
Hiya, how are you?
You're in Yerevan at the moment. I understand it was quite a trip to get there.
Yeah, it was a good trip. We had 2 flights, but it was good. Didn't take too long, and we got settled in really well so far.
I mentioned there it's been a good campaign so far, and there's a definite buzz around the under-21s that hasn't been there for a long time. And the 21s, I guess, have a dual role. One is qualification, which the Republic of Ireland have never managed before. The other is to help players progress and bring through that next generation. How much and how does that work out for you as a group, and how much have you spoken about that with Stephen Kenny, that results are important, but maybe they're not quite everything?
Yeah, I think it's been a great campaign so far, and you can see that by the crowds we're getting in Tallaght and the following we're getting away from home. I think we've put in some really good performances, and like you say, we're talking to the gaffer and all the staff. It's about performing and getting the results, but ultimately progressing into the first team if you're ready.
I don't know if you've had a chance to talk with players who played at 21 level before, and whether they felt there was a big gap, and whether they were almost just left to one side as 21 players in comparison to the senior team, and whether that feels different. Like, do you feel because Stephen Kenny is going in 9 months' time as senior team manager that there's a real relevance to what you're doing at 21 level?
Yeah, definitely. I think you can easily see a pathway through to the first team now, and you've seen in Aaron Connolly and Troy that if you keep performing, you'll get your chance, and that's what you're seeing now, the fruits of it.
And Leo Connor's involved with the senior squad now as well for this friendly against New Zealand. How does that manifest itself in the squad then, when you get together, when you see 3 guys who've been around for the last few months, who you're playing with at training, who some of them haven't, like yourself, made appearances at senior club level yet, are getting a chance at the senior team? You must feel you're not actually that far away. No,
everyone feels that they're only a step away from the first team, and that if you keep performing well and keep training well, that hopefully one day you'll get your chance. And that's all credit to the boys who've gone up. They've took it.
Keith Andrews is one of the coaches involved with Stephen Kenny, obviously brilliant Premier League centre midfielder during his time, won a lot of caps with the Republic of Ireland. Have you spent much time working with Keith?
Yeah, I've done a lot of work with Keith, not only with the 21s. I had him in younger ages as well, and he's been great with me, teaching me just little things, not only on the pitch but off the pitch, how to hold yourself and stuff like that. So it's been really good working with Keith.
Yeah, what sort of stuff do you feel still? Because it's the one thing you got to remember, though, we're watching 21s. There's a lot of players who have several years at 21s potentially ahead of them. You're still only 18. What sort of things, particularly having gone to England and working with the likes of Keith Andrews, what sort of things are they looking at in your game that they're trying to improve?
Just little bits at a time. I think it's just the tempo of the game and the speed of the game that is played at international level is different than playing at club level. So it's just about adapting quickly and adapting to new situations. Like, we're in Armenia now, and it would be different if we were in another country. So just little things like that is really good with all of us players with.
Again, you'd be going looking to beat Armenia, but it's another real opportunity to learn, because at senior team level you will have these Eastern European trips, and it was the one thing maybe in that Iceland game that there was a sense that you struggled with the conditions. It was such a bizarre game. There was nobody at it. It was incredibly windy. It just seemed like almost like the senior team's game over in Gibraltar, and being able to learn something, being able to take something from that, how important is that?
Yeah, definitely. That's what the gaffer stressed after the game, that we learned from this quickly, because we had another camp coming up soon after, a month later, and that's what it was. Just not too many negatives, but a lot of positives from that game that we can take into this camp and hopefully get the results.
Your own personal situation, you're playing with Derby County. You've started games in the Championship this season. You've been in and around the first team squad. I know you've just dropped out of the team at the moment. You must be just loving life over there.
Yeah, I'm really loving it. I've been around the first team since the start of the season now. I've played a few games, and hopefully I'll get some more minutes when I get back.
How difficult have you found it making that breakthrough? Because again, you get the taste for first team action, but you got to remind yourself you are only 18, and there's very few 18-year-olds playing championship football. It's such a tough league that to be patient, is that something that comes quite naturally to you, that you go, all right, this is going to be a long career? Are you at the manager's door saying, let me on, I want to play more?
No, it is difficult, like you say, but when you get that chance and you come out, it is difficult, but that's what happens to the younger players. You have to just be patient and keep working hard in training, and hopefully when your chance comes again, that you take it. That's all you can do, really.
There's a good chance that you will get a chance for this Irish side. There's obviously suspensions, and quite a few players have pulled out of the squad. And Stephen Kenny's done quite a bit of rotation anyways. And one of the things that seems to have stood out is that it's not necessarily about the players who start, that no matter who comes in over these opening 3-4 games for the 21s, that Stephen Kenny's done so much work with you on the training ground. Whoever steps in seems to sort of know their role and knows that they're going to get the opportunity to express themselves. Is that something that you would feel that actually very quickly all the players in that 21 squad have got on a pretty similar wavelength?
Yeah, definitely. Ever since the first camp, it's been very much a squad aim to get out of this group and get qualified for the European Championships. And I think everyone in the squad buys into that it's very much not a starting 11 sort of game. It's the whole 22 players that have travelled.
It must be a great squad to play in as a central midfielder, because there definitely seems to be a real encouragement for you to get on the ball and try and influence the game. Yeah,
definitely. We're trying to play good attacking football, and I think you can see that from the games we've played so far. That's what we're trying to implement in the games, and that if we keep doing that more often, that we'll get the results and hopefully get the performances in.
Jason, great stuff. The line isn't great over in Yerevan, unsurprisingly, but very best of luck with the match. Thanks for taking the call.
Okay, thank you. OTB AM.